you doing here? Why aren't you home playing Halo?
The arrival of Halo Reach rocks the gaming world. We've got the top 10 professional plays from release day. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina for the celebration of MLG's 50th event. Final Boss takes home the Halo 3 title in Raleigh. Team Captain Victory X stops by to talk about his first win. Pop some corn and crack a Dr. Pepper. It's time for the Old Spice Report.
We love you, man. Welcome to the Old Spice Report. I'm Shibby.
And I'm Chris Puckett, and I can't believe they made us stop playing Halo Reach to do this show.
I know, ridiculous.
Absolutely.
You know what? I haven't even slept in the last 3 days, and in judging from the sales numbers, neither have any of you. Halo Reach, the final installment of the Halo series, hit shelves Tuesday, and according to Microsoft, made $200 million in global sales on its first day alone, making it the largest entertainment release of 2010.
Consider this, it took Halo 3 a whole week to make $300 million, and even movie releases like Toy Story 3, Iron Man 2, and Alice in Wonderland, which used 3-day weekends to boost sales numbers, couldn't match the totals from Halo Reach.
Now, while those first day sales numbers don't top Modern Warfare 2's, it is important to mention that Call of Duty is available on a wide variety of consoles and not just the Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's right, Shibby, and that makes Halo Reach the largest entertainment release in 2010 for an exclusive title.
Well, I know they got my money, so.
Yeah, mine too. All right, guys, the game's only been out since Tuesday, and we've already seen some awesome plays from our pros. I took the liberty of putting them together with Nexy in our first ever Halo Reach Top 10.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Major League Gaming's first ever Halo Reach Top 10. I'm Chris Puckett, counting down the top 10 pro plays from release day. Here we go at number 10. We're jumping on board with Alumni. He's got the shotgun and he's got the sniper, and check out the holograms. They're everywhere this map, but Alumni, no problem deciphering those two. There's a double. Hologram takes one to the face. The green guy takes one as well, and pulling out the long-range shotty, he picks up the overkill. At number 9, we got Robbie B on Pinnacle. Switches the assault rifle for the sniper, and for good reason. 2 quick shots gives them the double, and the quick scope for the triple clears out the small tower. At number 8, we got Thrust here on Reflection. Dodges the plasma blast and goes to work with the sniper. 2 more no scopes gives him the triple, and we're moving on to number 7. Number 7, we got Lunchbox going to work with the DMR here on Zealot. Check out the shots, guys. Getting hit by the grenade, no problem. Perfect headshots out of Lunchbox. Half shield, he's not scared. Pushes forward for the triple kill. Reload that, son. And the perfect 5-shot for the overkill. At number 6, we got Hines here with the sniper rifle with the fastest triple you'll ever see. He gets punished for it. At number 5, Snipe Down right back here on the Powerhouse. He's playing Slayer Pro, meaning he only gets 4 shots with his sniper, and Snipe Down puts him to work, catching the guy jumping in the air. Now he drops down through the crack for the perfect 3 in a row, and he finishes strong for the killing frenzy. At number 4, we jump on board with Enable, who's got the sniper here on Asylum, going to work with the headshot. Down low, there's a second one, and now here it gets impressive, getting knocked out of scope, the quick scope across the map for the triple kill. At number 3, Hines is back in the top 10, this time coming behind 2 players with the plasma launcher. Sticks 1, going to work with a sloppy BR, pull that one slower, Hines, no problem the second time around though. Nice 6-shot to pick up the triple, and this is where it gets impressive. The jumping overkill, you could barely see the head. Let me slow it down for you. Check it out one more time. In the air, connecting. There's the overkill. That's Hines at number 3. At number 2, we got Hysteria. He's got the sniper top of Reflection. You've seen it before, but Hysteria does it better. 3 straight headshots and make it 4. There's the overkill, and there's Hysteria at number 2. It's time for number 1 with Robbie B going to work. Also top Reflection. Getting charged from all directions, he dodges the rocket and makes him pay for it. There's the triple, and with no shields, the headshot for the overkill. Robbie B will be a player to watch in Halo Reach, I guarantee it. That's it for this top 10. For more awesome Halo Reach action, check out MLGpro.com.
That was sick.
It's freaking
Our
awesome.
pros are already nasty at this game.
Naturally gifted.
Naturally gifted. Well, that was just the first of many Halo Reach top 10s. If you'd like to be featured in the next one, be sure to submit your plays at MLGpro.com/top10.
And not only is Halo Reach rocking homes around the universe, but MLG is pleased to announce that our first Halo Reach competition will take place in Washington, D.C., October 15th through the 17th. Tickets go on sale tonight on MLGpro.com, 8 o'clock. Make sure you got your mouse ready. They're going to sell out fast.
Oh, so fast. 2 minutes.
3,
1.
maximum.
Well, and speaking of MLG events, coming up, we're going to show you all the highlights from MLG's 50th Pro Circuit event.
And I'll get my Skype on with captain of Final Boss, Victor X, to discuss his win and also discuss a little bit of his Reach action. If you guys have questions for Victor X, make sure to send them right now to oldspicereport@mlgpro.com.
But before we head to the break, it's time to show us your tweets. You know, Halo Reach has been out for 3 days, and, you know, as you can see, we kind of forgot to script the show.
I forgot to shower.
I'm not wearing pants.
I can see that.
But we want to know, what did you guys forget to do because you were playing Halo Reach? We'll pick the best winner, and the winner of this will win a very special, legendary, signed edition by all the MLG pros.
And not only that, Shibby, I think we're also going to be giving you guys, yeah, that's right, brand new MLG hats available in lid stores across this great land of ours.
I love lids. You know what? Whenever I go to the mall, I go to the following stores: Lids, Dress Barn, and Cinnabon. Think about it. Hats, chicks, and snacks.
Makes sense to me.
All right, we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the Old Spice Report. This is footage from MLG's first event back in 2002. You know, it's kind of crazy to see how far we've come just in 8 years.
Yeah, check this out. Sundance and Sepsa look so young in this video. In fact, I think I was actually going through puberty during that first event.
I still am.
You still going through puberty?
Yeah.
Just another reason to celebrate here on the Old Spice Report.
All right, our 50th event, definitely a reason to party. A reason to party, yes, twice. A lot. Every night.
Parties.
There's like 3 nights at an event. Well, anyway, in 8 years, we've gone from a couple hundred people crowded into a LAN center in New York City to thousands of fans pouring into our Raleigh Convention Center.
Add to that the millions of fans streaming online, the arrival of StarCraft 2, and some familiar faces taking home the Halo 3 title, and it's safe to say that Raleigh marked an important moment in the history of our league.
MLG Raleigh was a milestone in more ways than one. It marked our 50th event and featured more titles than any event in MLG history. The most exciting news for fans, and especially PC gamers, was the arrival of StarCraft 2. Raleigh hosted the first major North American tournament for StarCraft 2, with players from all over the world fighting it out for a tournament victory. The double elimination bracket culminated in a championship match between Canadian Protoss players Huck and Kiwikaki. Ultimately, Huck was too much for Kiwikaki, taking the match and the title 4-2. The excitement of StarCraft 2 was followed by World of Warcraft, where WoW teams Evil Geniuses and Nerd Stomper Blue found themselves in the finals. After dropping the first game and 2 sets of the second, Nerd Stomper Blue roared back to take the next 3 games and the championship. On the console side, we witnessed the emergence of a new champion in Tekken 6. Southern California native Just Frame James quietly dispatched New York's fighting GM for his first win of the season. Unlike Tekken, the finals in Super Smash Bros. Was more of the same, as MLG Pro Mewtwo King collected his 3rd straight MLG victory, and finally MLG's 50th event ended where it all began, with Halo. You couldn't have written a better ending. The reigning champs Instinct went head-to-head with the only dynasty in MLG history, Final Boss. Instinct hadn't lost a match all season, but Final Boss was determined to end their streak. Led by Ogre 2 and Victor X, Final Boss defeated Instinct for the first team title since the 2008 season opener. The title propelled Ogre 2 into the position of winningest player in MLG history with 23 wins. Meanwhile, Ogre 2's teammate Victor X, after 5 years in the league and a slew of top 5 finishes, finally broke through for his first MLG victory. A fitting end to a truly epic weekend.
Congratulations to all of our winners. And, you know, I just want to give a special shout out to Ogre 2. Tom, it's been a long time since your last one, but, you know, it's really good to see you back on top.
Huge Ogre 2 fan, and guys, it definitely is great to see Ogre 2 and Final Boss back on top at our 50th event. Later on, I'll talk to Victor X about the win by Final Boss, their chances heading into DC, and his thoughts on Halo Reach. And if you guys have something you'd like to ask Victory, send it over right now to oldspicereport@mlgpro.com. Keep those questions coming in.
And remember, yes, to show us your tweets as well. We'll be back in a minute.
What's going on, guys? It's D-Mac with your Danish apps. Now, I know we've talked about all our apps in studio, but I'm covering fantasy football apps this week, and what better way to do it with live Jets fans right behind us talking about the latest fantasy apps that you need to have on your iPhone.
Now, what service do you use for your fantasy football?
Yahoo. I have one Yahoo, one ESPN.
Yahoo.
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Yahoo as well?
I do have a fantasy football app for my iPhone through Yahoo. It's tremendous.
Yahoo Fantasy Football was definitely the fan favorite. The app handles everything you need. You have live scoring, bi-weekly videos, roster management, and you could even see a full list of league matchups.
Now, what service do you use for your fantasy football?
CBS Sportsline.
Do you use the app for the CBS Sportsline on your iPhone?
Absolutely.
What services do you use?
I use CBS Sports and Yahoo.
CBS's layout focuses a bit more on the NFL league rather than fantasy. Your fantasy team is just an option in the app. You can add and drop players and view your team and league. The layout isn't bad, but the app runs a bit too slow for me, and the videos aren't updated as often when compared to what you get from the other apps.
Now, what fantasy football app do you use?
ESPN, bro. ESPN app.
ESPN
Absolutely.
On your iPhone.
On the iPhone, ESPN, everything else, BS. You gotta use ESPN.
Have to use ESPN.
Have to.
The ESPN app is $4.99. It comes with all Yahoo's features, plus news, videos, and tweets from ESPN's fantasy analysts. There's also a weekly 10-minute show called Fantasy Focus, which you can watch right from your phone. You also get access to message boards, so you could talk smack like I do to Puckett. Now, before I left, I had one final question to ask the Jets fans.
What about Mark Sanchez? He wouldn't be your franchise quarterback on fantasy football?
You know, I know he's a USC, good-looking dude, but I take him to a bar with me to help me out. But I don't know if I want him to, third and long.
He threw more interceptions than touchdowns. I think that's enough to not pick him. So
I'm trying to win the league.
So none of you have Sanchez in your fantasies, huh?
we love Sanchez, love him, but
Touchdown, Tom Brady.
All right, guys, I really want to thank you. I hope all you guys enjoy the game. Let's go Jets, huh?
Let's go Jets! J-E-T-S! Jets, Jets, Jets!
Oh, well, thanks, Danish.
It's Danish!
Whatever, D-Mac.
Enough of this shenanigans. It's time for the scope out.
You had one line in the...
Last week, Apple released their iOS 4.1 update, complete with an all-new Game Center. Puckett, what can users expect?
Well, Shibby, with the new Game Center, Apple has basically created Xbox Live for your iPhones, which is freaking awesome. The new social features allow gamers to locate game titles and make recommendations, as well as access streaming video, stats, and multiplayer functions, making it easier for friends to connect and compete. And if you don't have any friends like Shibby here, the Game Center will auto-match you with other socially awkward gamers like that guy.
More like socially awesome gamers. Moving on, another celebration happening in the world of gaming occurred on Monday when Super Mario Bros. Turned 25 years old. You know, the original game sold over 40 million copies and basically invented the scrolling screen format.
A special website has been unveiled with the video montage of gameplay highlights from all of the Super Mario games leading up to Mario Galaxy 2. From everyone here at MLG, we have to say, happy birthday to Mario! All right, enough of that.
All right, and while Mario has been turning out sequel after sequel over the years, developers for Gearbox Software, have announced that Duke Nukem Forever is finally set to drop in 2011. I'm having a good time, which would be exciting news, except for the fact that we've been waiting for this game since 1997.
Well, I guess the good news is nothing's really happened since 1997, right, Shibby?
What?
Unless, of course, you count the release of the Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, Nintendo Wii, the GameCube, the DS, the entire Grand Theft Auto series.
Don't forget The Sims, Sega Dreamcast, the iPod, iPad, iPhone, iRobot, the Star Wars prequels, the Lord of the Rings movies, Harry Potter, Twilight, the creation of Google, the assault on Justin Bieber, the incarceration of Lindsay Lohan, the shaving of Britney Spears,
Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, Craigslist, eHarmony, JDate, and did we forget to mention Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach.
So the only thing we have to decide about Duke Nukem Forever is, do we even care?
No.
Not at all.
I'm going to borrow my grandma's copy.
Well, she's good at it. She's awesome with pipe bombs and I think the freeze thrower.
I didn't know you knew her so well.
Grandma Mary? Are you kidding me? I'm married.
There we go. Well, finally, Killzone 3, which is set to release in February of 2011, made a special appearance at her 50th event in Raleigh. Designed by Guerrilla Games.
What's up, guys? We're here in the Sony PS3.
This first-person shooter is the only game in the series to feature 3D gameplay and make use of the PlayStation Move. Not only that, but I got a chance to test drive it in Raleigh.
You really did?
Yeah.
Lucky son of a duck.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out.
All right.
What's up, guys? We're here in the Sony PS3 booth. We're actually about to play Killzone 3, or I'm about to play Killzone 3. You guys are going to get to check it out. And it's the very first time anyone has been able to play the game outside of E3, so it should be pretty awesome. And it's all 3D too, so let's do it.
This is absolutely insane. It's totally awesome. I've never seen anything like it. Here, take a look.
Okay, so that doesn't work, but take my word for it, it really is pretty awesome.
All right, what's up, guys? So I had my chance to play the game. Now I'm going to walk around the booth and ask people what they think of the game. Let's get right to it, somebody that's playing the game. So what do you think of this game right now?
It's pretty sick. It's really realistic looking, like the graphics are really good.
Who's calling me? My mom and dad are calling me. You're gonna have to hold on, I'm playing Killzone 3. All right, so, oh my gosh, you have a huge turret in your hand. How awesome is this?
I mean, it's pretty sweet.
So what do you think of the game right now?
Very fun in 3D.
See, everybody's loving it here. So what was your first impression of the game when you played it?
Well, I was watching someone and they had a pistol in their hand. I was just surprised at the depth.
Right.
It just felt like you could have that in your hand there, you know?
That's like I'm holding the gun.
How hard is it to talk and play video games at the same time?
I'm not really a big fan, but I think some people can do it very well.
You know what? Well, get good at it, because when you get a girlfriend, you're gonna have to get good at talking on the cell phone and playing video games at the same time. Glaciers are beautiful. Did you look at the glaciers yet? You should look at the glaciers. They're really awesome. They're just like amazing. To me, I know this guy from being clown mode superstar. He takes video games and he just knows how to play them in the most ridiculous way possible. So and now it's in 3D. Like, what does that mean for you?
Clowning in 3D? I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, there's a whole nother dimension to clown in now.
All right, now I'm gonna do it again, all this again in 3D. I'll catch you guys later.
I heard a beautiful piece of work there, Shibby.
Thank you.
I like the cameo from Cyanide.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, guys, coming up, I'll sit down with Victor X, so keep those questions coming. And remember, we're looking for the best tweet in response to this question. Winner gets a legendary edition of Halo Reach and a hat from Lids. Loser gets nothing and likes it. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome back to the Old Spice Report. Earlier in the show, we asked you to tweet and tell us, what did you forget to do because you were playing Halo Reach?
And the winning tweet comes in from Toronto. I got you. I forgot to pick up my mom from the funeral she was attending, and she was there for 6 hours. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
How can he win? That's ridiculous. Well, I guess congratulations. You've now won a new MLG Lids hat and the proud owner of the Legendary Edition, signed by all the Halo pros.
Do something terrible and we might just reward you. Yeah, it happens. All right, well, anyway, guys, right now I'm joined by MLG Pro Victory X, who just won the Raleigh Halo 3 Championship. Victory, what's up, buddy?
How's it going? How you doing over there?
We're doing awesome here on the Old Spice Report. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling pretty good right about now.
All right, well, Victory, have some awesome questions for you. You've been in the league since 2005. That was your first one. You've had a number of top 8 finishes over the last couple years, and you've finally got your first win in Raleigh with Final Boss. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I mean, after all those years, almost 5 years of competing, I was getting to the point where I thought I might not win one. So finally winning one in Raleigh with Ogre 2 and Final Boss is probably the best feeling.
And of course, at that same event, Ogre 2 became the winningest player in MLG history, now winning 23 Halo events. It was your first win, but you're actually the captain of the team. How did that come about?
It's kind of a long story, but Fear Itself, Ogre 2, and I were on Final Boss last year, and Fear Itself was captain, and when he left, he ended on the captain status to me, and I've been holding strong since. So.
And I have to say, I've actually been really impressed by your leadership throughout the season. But let's switch gears now. I know Halo Reach came out on Tuesday. All of the pros I've been talking with, they've been playing. Do you have a copy of Reach?
Of course.
And what do you think about it so far?
It's definitely fun. I've been probably staying up till 4 a.m. every night, which is pretty late for me, so that can tell you how fun it is for me. Also, I think there's a couple game types I'm not feeling right now, so once MLG gets into it, starts cutting some more competitive things, that's when I'll start getting back into it in a couple of months, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, don't worry, Kill KC. I know he's been grinding at the office. Hopefully those game types will be coming out soon. But I have to ask you, we're about a month away from our next competition out in DC where you'll be playing Halo 3. How long are you able to play Halo Reach, and do you think that playing Halo Reach affects your Halo 3 game at all?
Well, I think Halo Reach will ultimately affect it, so that's why I plan on cutting out Halo Reach after this weekend. I don't know about my teammates, but I'm going to try to tell them to stop playing it and start hitting Halo 3 hard so we can go into DC, hopefully win back-to-back events, and then bring them momentum into Dallas.
All right, well, Victor X, at the top of the show, I asked our viewers if they would like to submit some questions for you, and I got our first one coming from Louis A. It says, having won your first event, what advice can you give new players about staying determined and positive until you get a championship win?
Well, I'd say I've gone into a lot of tournaments, and this is my first win, so just keep your attitude positive. Just another thing, going into Raleigh, we were really comfortable with our team. We were really confident. Just keep your confidence up in your team and your teammates. Just go in and give it all you got, and hopefully you'll come out with a win someday like I did.
Well, congratulations once again on your win. I got two more questions from you. This one coming with work with 2 Ks in his name. How does Victor X dedicate an entire weekend to competing in a Halo 3 event when he has 3 exams at Michigan State the next week? How do you do it?
See, that's a tough one. Usually I do all my studying over the weekends before the test, so usually when there's a tournament on the weekend before I have an exam on that Monday or Tuesday, I'll cram in a bunch of studying the week before, because usually we have a LAN the weekend before the exam. So, I mean, we have a lot of practice at the LAN, and then the week after the LAN before the tournament, I try to get in a lot of studying, pull a couple all-nighters maybe even, then going into the tournament, I focus on the tournament only, and then when I'm flying back, I might sneak in a little bit of a studying before I go to the exam on that Monday or Tuesday. It's tough, though.
Well, you're doing a good job, apparently. Nice grade point average. And the final question, this one is coming from Ventus. Who is going to win the A spot for the national championships, and what place is Final Boss going to get in DC?
Well, as a former competitor for that 8th spot back in 2006, I actually won it for Vegas back then. It's definitely exciting to watch, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I think it's going to be Warriors and Straight Rip battling out for that 8th spot. They play round 2 or 3, I believe, so I'm looking forward to watching that matchup, and I think whoever wins out of that one will ultimately make it to the championship. And as far as Final Boss, I think we got a good shot going into this one, so I'm keeping my head up.
Awesome. Victor X, thank you so much for joining the show. I know we're all excited to watch you in DC. Remember, you guys can check that out on MLGpro.com. That's going on October 15th through the 17th. Guys, that's it for a Victor X interview. Remember, next episode, well, I guess you can't remember because I'm telling you for the first time, next episode, we're going to be joined by MLG's VP of Product Development, one of the funniest guys in the office, Paul Sullivan, to discuss the future of MLG Online.
That's right. We're getting a new website.
And plus, Astro is hooking us up with some brand new A30s for your chance to win a pair. Make sure you check out the next episode.
And remember to send us your Halo Reach clips for the top 10. And finally, tonight, we leave you with some stuff we found on the computer.
Sweet armor ability.
Good night, everyone.
A man dressed as a Spartan warrior in the middle of London surprised onlookers when he did this.
Oh,
People gathered to see the man with a jetpack strapped to his back fly through Trafalgar Square for the launch of a new computer game.